Sister Wives, Kody Brown literally running away from ex-Meri has fans cracking up. A deep dive into the iconic moment, the apology tour, and the Brown family saga. The sprint that broke the internet. Hello friends, welcome to the Daily Gossip News Update. I'm Olivia, and I hope you're well by God's grace. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for more updates. On December 28, 2025, during Season 20 of TLC's long-running reality series Sister Wives, viewers witnessed a moment that instantly became legendary in reality TV history. Patriarch Kody Brown, in the midst of his self-styled apology tour to his 3 ex-wives, sat down with his first wife, Meri Brown, at a picnic table in Utah. What started as a tense but seemingly civil conversation ended with Kody abruptly announcing he had to run, and then literally sprinting across the screen toward a nearby bathroom. As Kody bolted away in an awkward, full-tilt dash, Meri stood there, raising her hand in a bewildered gesture that screamed, "What just happened?" The camera lingered on the scene, capturing every hilarious second. Fans erupted online, with memes, slowed-down replays, and comparisons to awkward TV characters flooding social media. One Reddit user called it real-life Michael Scott from The Office, while another declared, "I will forever love this scene." This wasn't just a funny bathroom emergency. It was the perfect metaphor for Kody's inability to face emotional accountability. After years of favoritism, bitterness, and family fracture, Kody, the man who once preached patriarchal control, was reduced to fleeing the conversation. And fans? They were cracking up, but also cheering for Meri, who finally held her ground. In this comprehensive article, we'll break down the scene frame by frame, explore the context of Kody's apology tour, trace the decades-long history of Kody and Meri's relationship, analyze fan reactions, and examine why this moment resonates as poetic justice in the Sister Wives saga. The scene breakdown, from apology to escape. The meeting took place outdoors, at a picnic table, a neutral setting that underscored the emotional distance between Kody and Meri. Kody arrived with a plan: deliver repeated apologies to clear the air and ease his conscience. By some fan counts, including the Surviving Sister Wives podcast, he dropped the word apologize over 30 times in episodes across the tour. With Meri, things escalated quickly. Kody criticized her friends for speaking negatively about him, suggesting she hadn't fully moved on. Meri, empowered and guarded, shut him down. "You can stop right there." She refused to let him control the narrative or silence her circle, declaring, "You're not going to shut me down anymore." Kody backpedaled, insisting he was just here to apologize, but the damage was done. As they stood to end the conversation, Kody said, "I'm actually going to run, because now that I stood up, I have to," trailing off as he realized nature was calling urgently. What followed was comedy gold. Kody taking off in a comical sprint, arms pumping, across the open area to a portable bathroom. Meri, left alone, raised her hand in confusion and later quipped about knowing it was his birthday, a subtle dig at his self-centeredness. In confessionals, Meri reflected that the apology felt more for Kody's benefit than hers. "It's all about him," she said. Kody admitted to triggering, but stuck to his script. The crew's decision to keep rolling turned a mundane moment into TV magic, raw, unscripted awkwardness that highlighted Kody's emotional flight. Kody's apology tour, self-serving or sincere? Kody's apology tour spanned several episodes in Season 20, with stops at Christine, Janelle, and finally Meri. He framed it as releasing them from resentment, but critics, including the ex-wives, saw it as self-serving. With Christine, already happily remarried, Christine accepted gracefully but noted the past damage. With Janelle, more emotional, involving shared grief over son Garrison, but Janelle remained cautious. With Meri, the tensest, as Meri challenged his sincerity and refused to absolve him easily. Kody repeatedly said things like, "No one can stay mad at the person who just says, 'I'm sorry,' over and over." Meri called out the hollowness, noting his defensiveness when pressed. Fans on Reddit praised Meri as the winner of the tour. Bravo, Meri. Bravo! She maintained control, exposed his motives, and walked away empowered. The long, complicated history of Kody and Meri. To appreciate the sprint's significance, we must revisit their 35-year journey. Early years, the foundation of plural marriage. Kody and Meri married in 1990 when Meri was 19. She was his only wife for 3 years, until Janelle joined in 1993 spiritually. Christine followed in 1994, and Robyn in 2010, legal marriage in 2014 after Meri divorced Kody to allow Robyn's kids adoption. Meri struggled with infertility, having only one child, Leon, who came out as transgender in 2022. This dynamic shifted power, with Meri often portrayed as the legal wife but emotionally sidelined. Cracks appear. Moves, favoritism, and the catfishing scandal. Multiple relocations, Utah to Las Vegas to Flagstaff, strained the family. Kody's clear favoritism toward Robyn eroded bonds. Meri felt isolated. In 2015, Meri was catfished online, believing she was in a relationship with a man, actually a woman. Kody used this to distance himself further, admitting he was never romantically in love with Meri and felt no attraction. Seasons showed Meri clinging to hope, while Kody gave breadcrumbs. Occasional affection mixed with rejection. The breaking point and separation. During COVID, strict rules highlighted divisions. Meri announced their separation in 2023, later obtaining a church release, spiritual divorce, in 2024. Post-separation, Meri thrived, running Lizzie's Heritage Inn in Utah, reopened after renovations in 2025, dating, traveling, and building friendships. Kody, left monogamously with Robyn, faced strained adult kids' relationships and financial woes. Coyote Pass sold in 2025, divided 4 ways. Fan reactions, laughter, catharsis, and memes. The running scene dominated discussions in early 2026. Reddits are /sister wives. Threads like Kody running away at the end. And ding ding ding, we have a winner. Bravo, Meri. Bravo racked up thousands of upvotes. Comments, he literally ran away from Meri. Man-child, karma. Social media, TikToks with chase music, ex-posts calling it cringe gold. Podcasts and articles, Parade, People, Online, Reality Tea all covered it, noting fans cracking up at the irony. Many saw it as catharsis after years of Meri's pain. She was magnificent. One fan wrote, Sister Wives star Michael T. Brown admits Meri Brown was awful to her growing up and she talks negatively online, now for revenge. A shocking admission from the Brown family's next generation. In early January 2026, Sister Wives fans were stunned when Michael T. Brown Padron, daughter of Christine and Kody Brown, openly admitted that her ongoing public criticism of Meri Brown stems from unresolved childhood trauma and a self-described revenge arc. In a candid Patreon video, Michael T. revealed, I have not had good moments with Meri. She was an awful person to me growing up, so I probably need to have my revenge arc of her. And this is the best way that I can do it, speak publicly negatively about her. This raw confession reignited long-simmering discussions about Meri's role in raising the Brown children and the lasting impact of the family's polygamous dynamics. Michael T., now 29 and a mother of 3, has been vocal over the years about her strained relationship with Meri, Kody's first wife, but framing her online commentary as revenge added a new layer of complexity, sparking debates on healing, accountability, and family trauma in the public eye. This article delves deep into Michael T.'s allegations, the history of claims against Meri, fan reactions, and the broader context of the fractured Brown family as of January 2026. The latest revelation, Michael T.'s revenge arc confession. The bombshell came in a Patreon video where Mykelti discussed holiday gifts and family dynamics. She explained she wasn't including Meri, whom she views as my dad's ex-wife rather than a parent, in her handmade scrapbooks. I have not had good moments with Meri, Mykelti stated. She was an awful person to me growing up, so I probably need to have my revenge arc of her, speak publicly negatively about her, so maybe I haven't healed or moved on either. This self-aware admission highlighted Mykelti's recognition that her actions might stem from unprocessed pain, even as she continued them. It followed months of similar comments, including a November 2025 interview on the Pop Psych YouTube show, where she described Meri as having an aggressive personality and not being a very good parent. Mykelti has consistently maintained that Meri singled her out, though she clarified no physical abuse toward her, only emotional and verbal. Timeline of allegations, from whispers to public call-outs. Mykelti's issues with Meri trace back to childhood, but surfaced publicly in waves. 2023, multiple siblings spoke out. Paid on alleged Meri's abuse, moved so far past verbal. Gwendolyn said Meri was scary and got violent once with Mykelti. Mykelti confirmed on Patreon. Emotional/verbal abuse affected all, but she got the brunt of it. She vowed Meri would never be in her or her children's lives due to trauma. 2024 to 2025. Mykelti implied Meri abused Kody, hinted at jealousy over other wives' children. In Pop Psych interview, November 2025, she detailed Meri's big emotional swings, strict demands, and lack of fun, saying most siblings distance themselves for these reasons. January 2026, the revenge comment, tying her negativity directly to childhood hurt. Other kids like Maddie Brush echoed fears of Meri, while some, e.g., Gwendolyn, Logan, maintain positive ties. Meri has never directly addressed these claims publicly, focusing instead on her post-Kody life, running her BNB, dating briefly, and personal growth. Understanding the context, polygamy, infertility, and family dynamics. Meri married Kody in 1990, struggling with infertility, one child, Leon. As Janelle and Christine had multiple children, tensions rose. Fans and siblings speculate Meri's frustration manifested as strictness or anger toward the kids. Mykelti described Meri as demanding perfection regardless of age/capability, with intense reactions to noncompliance. One example, sending young Mykelti to a corner without dinner for silly behavior. In a large, chaotic household with permissive parenting from others, Meri's discipline stood out, perceived by some kids as abusive. Reddit discussions note the Brown kids were feral, suggesting someone needed structure, but Mykelti views it as traumatic. Mykelti today, motherhood, moves, and media. Mykelti, married to Tony Padron, has 3 children, Avalon and twins Archer/Ace. The family relocated to North Carolina in 2025 for space from drama. She and Tony run a Patreon, recapping sister wives and sharing opinions, where much Meri commentary occurs. Despite criticism, Mykelti remains close to Christine and somewhat to Kody/Robyn, contrasting her Meri stance. Fan reactions, divided opinions in 2026. Reactions range widely. Support for Mykelti, validating trauma, praising honesty about revenge. Defense of Meri, seeing her as the only disciplinarian, questioning exaggerated claims, e.g., no physical evidence toward Mykelti. Criticism of Mykelti. Hypocrisy, cordial professionally, had Meri at wedding, profiting off drama. Reddit threads debate if allegations are overblown or reflect real harm in a dysfunctional setup. Meri's silence and path forward. Meri, post-2023 separation and 2024 spiritual divorce, thrives independently. No response to allegations, perhaps prioritizing peace. As Sister Wives Season 20 wraps Kody's apology tour, family rifts persist. Sister Wives star Janelle Brown is granted a release from Kody Brown marriage by church. I am free, a long-awaited spiritual freedom. In a moment that marks the definitive end of one of the longest-running plural marriages on reality television, Sister Wives star Janelle Brown announced in early January 2026 that she has been granted a formal release, the equivalent of a spiritual divorce, from ex-husband Kody Brown by their former church, the Apostolic United Brethren, AUB. Holding up the official document on camera, Janelle, 56, declared with visible relief, "I have it. That was easy. I thought I was going to have to come back for a second meeting. I am free." The scene, previewed exclusively by people ahead of the January 4th, 2026, episode of Sister Wives Season 20, shows Janelle emerging from a meeting with church leaders, describing how a weight had lifted off her. "They were all very kind," she shared in a confessional. "They granted me the release. So there was really kind of a shift in my energy. I'm glad I did this." This spiritual dissolution comes nearly 4 years after Janelle and Kody separated in 2022, following 29 years of spiritual marriage. For fans who have followed the Brown family's journey since 2010, Janelle's declaration of freedom feels like poetic closure, especially as it follows similar releases for Meri, 2024, and contrasts with Christine's decision not to pursue one. The moment of release. What happened in the meeting? In the exclusive clip, Janelle is seen walking out of her meeting with AUB officials, paper in hand. Her surprise at how smoothly it went underscores her initial hesitation. She admitted earlier in the season that she never really thought about a spiritual divorce until Meri obtained hers. "I felt like a weight had lifted off me," Janelle reflected. This emotional shift highlights how, even though she and Kody had been separated for years and she no longer actively practiced in the church, the spiritual tie held deeper significance than she anticipated. Unlike legal divorces, a release in fundamentalist Mormon sects like the AUB formally dissolves the eternal sealing, freeing both parties in the eyes of the church. For Janelle, who entered plural marriage in 1993, this step severs the last official bond to Kody. The road to this decision, Janelle's journey post-separation. Janelle and Kody's spiritual union began on January 20th, 1993, making her his second wife after Meri. They share 6 children. Logan, 31, Madison, 30, Hunter, 28, Garrison, who tragically passed in 2024 at age 25, Gabriel, 24, and Savannah, 21. Their relationship deteriorated during the COVID-19 era, with Kody's strict rules creating rifts. Janelle announced their separation in the 2022 Sister Wives one-on-one special, citing irreconcilable differences over loyalty and family dynamics. Post-split, Janelle focused on independence, selling Coyote Pass land, divided in 2025, building a home in North Carolina near daughter Maddie, and embracing her detox theme for 2025, clearing what no longer serves her. Inspired by Meri, who received her release on grounds of abandonment, Janelle consulted her former sister wife for guidance on contacting church leaders. This collaboration between ex-wives underscores their evolved bond, free from Kody's influence. Comparing the ex-wives' paths to freedom. Christine Brown, left 2021, chose not to seek a release, stating she didn't feel the need. Remarried David Woolley in 2023. Meri Brown, left 2023, obtained release in 2024 on abandonment grounds, helped Janelle navigate the process. Janelle Brown, left 2022, initially unconcerned, but pursued and received release in late 2025/early 2026. Robyn Brown remains spiritually and legally married to Kody. Janelle's decision reflects a desire for complete closure, especially as she remains open to future relationships. The Apostolic United Brethren context, what a release means. The AUB, a fundamentalist Mormon group, views plural marriages as eternal sealings. A release dissolves this covenant, often granted for reasons like abandonment or incompatibility. The Browns distanced from the AUB years ago after leaving Utah, but residual ties persisted for spiritual matters. Janelle's kind treatment by leaders suggests the church's willingness to support former members seeking closure. Fan reactions, celebration, and reflection. Social media lit up with support. Finally free. Janelle deserves this peace. Read common sentiments on Reddit and Instagram. Many praised her glow-up and independence, while others noted the irony amid Kody's ongoing apology tour. Kody Brown's apology to Robyn, unpacking the emotional turmoil in Sister Wives Season 20, the polygamous saga that captivated America. For over a decade, the Brown family from the TLC reality series Sister Wives has been a fixture in American pop culture, offering viewers an intimate glimpse into the complexities of polygamous life. At the center of this whirlwind is Kody Brown, the patriarch whose relationships with his 4 wives, Meri, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn, have evolved from harmonious pluralism to a series of dramatic separations. As of January 5th, 2026, the show has entered its 20th season, and the latest episodes have spotlighted Kody's so-called apology tour, a self-initiated journey to make amends with his ex-wives. But the climax of this tour isn't with the women who left him. It's with Robyn, his remaining wife, whom he admits owes the biggest apology for enduring his BS. This article delves deep into the apology scene, exploring its context, implications, and the broader narrative of the Brown family's dissolution. Drawing from exclusive previews, episode recaps, fan reactions on social media, and expert analyses, we'll examine how this moment reflects themes of loyalty, regret, and reinvention in a family once built on the principles of plural marriage. With the show's ongoing popularity, boasting millions of viewers per episode, we'll unpack why Kody's words to Robyn have sparked such polarized responses, from heartfelt empathy to accusations of performativity. E6C233. The Sister Wives phenomenon began in 2010, when the Browns opened their home in Lehi, Utah, to cameras showcasing a lifestyle rooted in fundamentalist Mormon beliefs. Kody, a charismatic salesman turned reality star, married Meri in 1990, Janelle in 1993, Christine in 1994, and Robyn in 2010, legally marrying her in 2014 after divorcing Meri to adopt Robyn's children. The family grew to include 18 children, navigating legal challenges, relocations to Las Vegas and Flagstaff, Arizona, and the inherent jealousies of sharing a husband. But cracks appeared early. Meri's catfishing scandal in 2015, financial strains over property like Coyote Pass, and Kody's favoritism toward Robyn, often dubbed the favorite wife by fans and critics alike. By 2022, Christine had left, citing emotional neglect. Janelle followed in 2023, frustrated by Kody's estrangement from their children amid COVID-19 disputes. Meri, the first wife, officially ended things in 2023 after years of emotional distance. Now, in a monogamous marriage with Robyn, Kody reflects on his role in these breakdowns. Season 20, which premiered in late 2025, has focused on post-separation dynamics, with Kody's apology tour serving as a narrative arc. Episodes air Sundays on TLC, and the January 5th, 2026 episode promises to feature the full Robyn apology scene, following a sneak peek released by Us Weekly on December 31st, 2025.26b4c. The apology tour, Kody's quest for redemption. Kody's apology tour kicks off in Season 20, Episode 11, where he travels to North Carolina to meet Christine, then to Wyoming for Janelle, and finally to Utah for Meri. Each encounter is fraught with tension, blending remorse with defensiveness. In his confessional interviews, Kody admits to being a bastard and acknowledges his anger and weaknesses. But critics argue the apologies feel self-serving, more about Kody's image than genuine reconciliation. Take the Christine meeting. Kody apologizes for his resentment during their marriage, but Christine, now remarried to David Woolley, accepts it graciously while emphasizing her independence. Fans praised her poise, contrasting it with Kody's awkwardness. With Janelle, the conversation turns emotional. She breaks down over their shared losses, including the death of son Garrison in 2024 from suicide, which strained family ties further. Kody expresses regret for not being a better partner, but Janelle questions his motives, wondering if it's all for the camera's .415A33. The Meri encounter is perhaps the most explosive. In episode 12, aired December 28, 2025, Kody visits Meri at her bed and breakfast in Parowan, Utah. He starts with platitudes about goodwill, but Meri pushes back, demanding specifics on what he's sorry for. Kody snaps, "What do you want me to apologize for?" before abruptly excusing himself to the bathroom, a moment that went viral for its cringeworthy humor. Fans on Reddit compared it to a real-life Michael Scott from The Office, highlighting Kody's discomfort with vulnerability. Meri later told News she wasn't convinced of his sincerity, noting little changed post-apology .6CB0E9F7764A. Throughout these interactions, Kody contrasts his ex-wife's brutality with Robyn's unwavering support. He describes them as disloyal and unkind, while praising Robyn as never brutal, never unkind, never disloyal. This narrative frames Robyn as the steadfast partner who endured his rants, complaints, and emotional turmoil without complaint. But is this fair? Detractors argue it subtly villainizes the ex-wives, reinforcing long-standing fan theories of favoritism. The heart of the matter, Kody's apology to Robyn. The apology to Robyn, previewed in Us Weekly and set to air fully on January 5, 2026, marks the tour's emotional pinnacle. Returning to Flagstaff after meeting Meri, Kody sits with Robyn and confesses, "Holy cow, I've apologized to everybody, but you, the woman who has been so supportive through all of my BS, all of my weakness, all of my anger, all of my ranting and raving and complaining." He emphasizes her loyalty amid the divorces, stating, "I think I owe you an apology most of all." This moment is layered. Kody admits to being unfair by fixating on past drama and self-deprecation instead of being present in their now monogamous life. Robyn responds vulnerably, admitting she's pulled away when feeling emotionally unsafe. Their dialogue touches on themes of trust and healing, with Kody vowing to focus on their future. Yet, Robyn's tears and hesitance suggest unresolved pain, perhaps from bearing the brunt of family fallout or accusations of being the homewrecker. From a psychological perspective, this apology could be therapeutic. Relationship experts, like those quoted in Parade magazine, note that acknowledging a partner's sacrifices fosters intimacy. However, skeptics see it as performative. In a YouTube recap by Real Liddy Asquith, commenters called it Kody revealing he's actually been the biggest B*TCH to Robyn, implying his behavior toward her was as toxic as with the others. Robyn's role in the family has always been contentious. Joining as the fourth wife in 2010, she brought 3 children from a previous marriage, whom Kody adopted. Fans accused her of monopolizing Kody's time, especially during COVID-19, when strict rules isolated him with her family. In season 18, Robyn expressed devastation over the breakups, calling herself the idiot that got left behind. Now, in monogamy, she navigates a new dynamic, admitting in confessionals that plural marriage was her ideal, but she's committed to Kody.